July the 7th, 2021. Guys, it is 6:46 a.m. in the morning, and Tropical Storm Elsa is coming ashore up in the Big Bend. This is around Steinhatchee in that area, Cedar Key, but that's what's happening. Is as it pulls across, again, we noticed yesterday that they're going to put up tropical storm warnings and watches on the East Coast, and that's already happened. We've seen that, but that's getting ready to go into effect. And you can already see some of the outer bands reaching into the Atlantic Ocean. And we're at 65-mile-an-hour storm. It's down from a Cat 1 hurricane. But still at 65 miles an hour, this thing, as the sun rises this morning, still isn't really over us yet. The tornado warnings are going to start popping up, guys. And you could have some water spouts offshore because you are in very warm water along this west coast of Florida at this point. But you can see the radar spinning. It's still dry on the left side. I think our main danger is going to be some storm surge and tornadoes today. Now, here's the latest stats. We've got sustained winds at 65 miles an hour. It's moving north at 14 miles an hour. Again, this is the 5 a.m. update. What you've got is you still got some hurricane warnings up here, simply because of the forward speed, but it is a very strong tropical storm now. It's going to remain a tropical storm across the land. See this? Yesterday they had that as becoming a depression or a D inside that circle. You've got tropical storm warnings up from Georgia coast to South Carolina, and to North Carolina, Virginia, you've got tropical storm watches. Now notice your path here. It stays ashore according to this through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, then re-emerges to the Atlantic around Virginia. But that's the center of location. The reason these warnings are up is because the storm is a little wider than this. You saw on the radar where it had already reached over into the Atlantic. So it's going to start pulling in weather inland to all you folks in Georgia and the Carolinas right now. And you can see by 2 a.m., after midnight, it's setting up close to the Georgia-South Carolina line. 2 p.m. Thursday, South Carolina, North Carolina line, maybe into North Carolina, then by Friday. So it's going to play out for the next few days. This thing is re-emerging in Virginia. Then it's going to head up through St. John's and Nova Scotia. But it's going to remain a tropical storm all along the coast. Now, this is going to be interesting. Re-emerges around Virginia, but stays on the coast all the way through Connecticut, Maine, Maryland, right up the entire East Coast there. Depending on the strengthening they have, will depend on how much storm surge they get, because the storm's going to be off to the right of this, and because of the counterclockwise rotation, it's going to be pushing water inland. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to. Now, these are current images over the Gulf of Mexico from our satellites. You can see the location of the storm again in the Big Bend. It's dry on the left side. It's starting to produce some thunderstorms here, and it has reached over into the Atlantic. So we're just switching sides with it, guys. Right now you can see as the sun's starting to come up, and the last few frames from the right of the image, they're starting to go back to natural color from infrared. But guys, this is what we got. You can see that it's trailing all the way from south of Tampa across Florida into the Atlantic. So it just depends on how much of this stays connected to the center of circulation as it moves across Georgia and the Carolinas. Will depend on your weather there. But guys, we'll update this throughout the afternoon. Again, my main concern now would be storm surge. Even though it's not that much, pay attention to it. You know, some of your low-lying areas, that will affect you. Depends on where your boat's at. It can affect your boat. But right now, just keep your life safe and watch for tornadoes through the day, just like we got yesterday. As the sun comes up, you're going to see it heat up. So I think that's going to be our main problem. Guys, again, I'm watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.